Okay, I am writing a paper on the history of paperwork in medicine for my freshman English class. I go to Google Chrome and go to Google Scholar because Google Scholar is very reliable when it comes to different sources, and I have been told that they're very trustworthy. Type, go to googlescholar.com and start by typing in different uh, keywords. So what I'm going to type in is overwhelming paperwork for doctors and see what it comes up with. So sometimes with sources like this, it doesn't come up with as many things as you originally want, but as I'm scrolling through, it doesn't look like there's as much as I want, so let me try to change my search results. Change it to paperwork in medicine. As I'm scrolling through, there's not as much as I want, which I've gotten from Google Scholar before. So I'm going to try to go to Galileo. Just going through the school's website. Use Galileo all through my life because it is something where you can get lots of scholarly sources and it has never been an issue. I'm typing in paperwork in medicine into Galileo. And go ahead and just change it to academic journals because that's all I want. So scrolling down, I continue to scroll, see what I come up with, and I'm actually going to go back because I originally had seen something that I wanted, and it's this one. I'm going to open it in a new tab and get back to it in a little while. Okay. And it comes up with the overall about it, so now I'm going to try to access the actual study. So I'm going to read about it, and it looks like it's a research study, and it gives me the overall background methods results. So, and it has what I want to talk about, how much doctors spend time not seeing patients and how much time they do spend seeing patients. So I would copy down the URL and paste it into a Word document so I can email it back to myself later. And to keep going on Galileo. So there's not as much as I would like, but I'll just scroll back up to the top and keep going and type in something else. So I typed in doctors' long hours to see what they have to say. So here's looks like a news article that could be relevant to me. So I opened it in a new tab and I'll look at it in a little while. An academic journal that also looks like it could be useful for me. So let's go to the first one. And I'm not sure how to get there because I think it's a book, or I'm just not sure. So in any case, I would ask how to figure that out. I would ask someone in the library and ask how I could get access to it. And then here is an academic journal posted this year, or last year. So that's useful. So I'm gonna kind of like scroll through and see if things catch my eye for things that are related to what I need to talk about. So here's the data that was included and all the information that I can use in my paper, some data, and then I'm just going to scroll through and see what they have to say. So I like this because it's full start to finish. It talks about intro, the data, the conclusion. So that's really helpful. So I'm going to go back up and type in something else into Galileo and see what I come up with. I typed in how long do doctors spend time with patients, because that might give me a more included list. So this academic journal could be useful. Open it in a new tab. And if I find a source is really helpful, I will take quotes and post them onto a document, either a Google Doc or a Word document, just so that I can get to it later. Okay, so linked full text so I can get to the journal. So I've used Science Direct before. I've had a lot of journals come up here, and I know that they're really, really helpful. So I'm going to read about the abstract and the methods just to see if it's useful to me. And right now it doesn't look like it will be, because it's talking about other things that I don't need. So I'm going to exit out and go back to my Galileo search and go back up and type in directly what I want, because we can just see what happens. How much time do doctors spend doing paperwork? And I'm going to change it to academic journals, because I don't want anything else right now. And with something like Galileo, sometimes it's hard to find exactly what you're looking for because no one is specifically writing about what you're looking for. So it can be frustrating to find things. So the good thing is just to keep changing up what you're looking for, changing up the search because it depends. Like Galileo is very iffy on what they're going to give you depending on what you type in. So I looked at this one and it comes from a healthcare leadership review. So I would look into that to see if they're credible or scholarly, just to make sure that I'm okay to use it. And it says electronic health record doctors spend more time on non-patient related paperwork, and that is exactly what I like to use in my paper, talking about how they spend more time doing paperwork than they do seeing their patients, which can not be helpful at all. And then down here it says a sample of 4,700 physicians, which is a good amount. It's a high enough number that you can get an accurate sample from. So I can keep that in mind. And then just like the numbers that they're getting. And down here it says that there's a source. It says Physicians for National Health Program in October 2014. So that's really recent, and more recent stuff is better because it is more likely to be accurate to today's day and age. So I would take some quotes from this and email them to myself. So just keep looking for things and trying to see if I can find anything. If not, I can try Google Scholar again. But Galileo and Google Scholar are the two big ones that I use because I know that they're credible. I can search Google or Bing for things like this, and I would use .org websites or .edu, just things like that, because you never know like what the information from like a .com website is coming from. So let's go back to Google Scholar. Do doctors. There. So I like this first one. So I clicked on it, and again, it has a large enough study that it can give you accurate information, and it gives you the abstract, the objective, the setting, everything you need to know to make sure that you have it all and that you can accurately cite the information. So what I would do is read through this and try to read through it as accurately as I can, at least once, maybe twice, and try to pull some information and group my sources together so that I can continue to write my paper. Go back to Google Scholar,